Good morning, children. Is everybody awake and ready to study this morning? Have you had your breakfast? I've had my apple with almond butter and I'm ready to go. Let's do a little bit of review before we start. Who can remember which letter we had last? Remember the last letter we had? Fine. Kind of a tough one. Do you remember this letter? X. Remember what sound that X makes? There's not very many words that start with X. Remember this sound? Let's look at this page. It might help you remember. Uppercase X, lowercase x. Not many words that start with an X, but it makes the kind of the KS sound, kind of X. And here's some words, remember that we talked about, they have the X in them. Box, hear that X sound? Lexi, axe, ox, six, fax, fix, and wax. So that's the X. The rhyme for the X, I'm not sure if we talked about all these rhymes or not, but the rhyme for the X is XXX. In the box is the place for shoes and socks. In the box is the place for shoes and socks. Okay, let's do a little bit more review. Who remembers this letter? It's the uppercase and the lowercase. Do you remember writing this one? Who can tell me what the name of this letter is? Who remembers? Paige, can you tell us? Q. It's the Q. And Paige, what sound does the Q make? Good job. And the rhyme for the Q is, Quail will fly when they see someone nearby. Q, 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 Q. Quail will fly when they see someone nearby. Remember we talked about the quail when we had the Q? Quail, we couldn't decide if he was brown or gray. But we have a picture of him up here on the board, I think, don't we? Okay, Q. And then we have, who remembers this letter? Who remembers this letter? Daryl, do you remember this one? The V. And what sound does the V make? Like vegetables. Vegetables clean, they are yellow, red, and green. V. Remember the V. And then we have the, who remembers this one? Who remembers this one? April, do you remember what this is? You have it in your name. Your last letter, L. Good job. And what sound does the L make? Ladders. Let's see what the rhyme is. L, 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 L. Ladder reaches into trees to pick the peaches. L, 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 L. Ladder reaches into trees to pick the peaches. Good job. Okay, that's the review on letters. Let's go over them again really quick. We have the X, we have the L, the Q, and the V. X says X, like box or X-ray. L says L, like ladder or love. Q says qu, like quilt or quail. And V says v, like vegetables. Okay? And these letters are all pretty easy because whenever you say the letter, you've kind of already made the sound. Let's try it. V. Hear how at the beginning you say V. That's the sound it makes. V. How easy is that? How about this one? X. So you already do the KS sound. X. Easy. L. does it sound? And Q, Q, V, V, X, L, Q, V. Okay, everybody help me. Are you ready? Here we go. X, L, Q, V. Good job. Okay, they put these back in their spots. So that's our little review session. So now you can get out your workbooks. We have a new letter today. See if you can find this page. We're on lesson 5, and we have a new letter today. Who wants to tell me what the new letter is for the day? Who wants to tell me? Shanika, can you tell us what the new letter is? Y. Good job. Y. And what sound does the Y make? Yeah, yeah. Now, like always, we're supposed to find the upper and the lowercase y in this picture. Find the upper and the lowercase y and circle those. And then it says there are 8 things in the picture that begin with Y. 8 things in that picture. And these are kind of hard. I'll probably have to help you with some of these. And I had to even look in the teacher's book to know all 8 of them. 8 things in there that begin with the y sound. Did you find the upper and the lowercase y and you have them circled? Does anybody see anything in that picture? The easiest ones. See if you can find some of the easier ones. Do you see anything in that picture that starts with the y sound? Let's see what the y, oh, the rhyme. Y. Yo-yo for Yost. It's the toy he likes the most. Have you ever heard of the name Yost? Y. Yo-yo for Yost. It is the toy he likes the most. Do you see the yo-yo down there in the corner? Do you know what a yo-yo is? See it right here in the corner? Yo-yo. You know, you put it on your finger and you do this. It goes up and down, up and down. That's a yo-yo. Kind of a toy type thing. Yo-yo. Does yo-yo start with the Y sound? Yo-yo. I think it does. Circle the yo-yo. Do you see anything else in that picture that starts with a Y sound? Anything else? How about this ball of, what do you call this, children, right here? Your mom's probably has some and they use little needles with it. What do you call that? Yarn. Let's listen to the word yarn. Does yarn start with a y sound? I think it does. Circle the yarn. Listen closely because I might try to trick you on some of these. Okay, let's look for some more. The others are kind of hard. Have you children ever heard of a yam? You ever hear of a yam? It's kind of like a sweet potato. Do children eat sweet potatoes? See these things on the plate here? Those are yams. They're kind of like a sweet potato. Now does yam start with the Y sound? Let's listen. Yam. Yo-yo. Yarn. Yam. I think it does. I would circle the yams. Circle the yams. Now we have yo-yo, we have yarn, and we have yams. What else do you see there that might start with the Y sound? In this bowl here, do you children ever eat yogurt? That's yogurt in that bowl. Now let's listen. Does yogurt start with the Y sound? Yogurt. Yo-yo, yarn, yams, yogurt. Think so? If you think so, circle it. I think so too. Circle the yogurt. Now here we have a dog. Does dog start with the Y sound? Yeah. Let's see. Yo-yo, yarn, yams, yogurt, dog. What do you think, children? No, not dog, but this dog is a Yorkie. Have you ever heard of a Yorkie? Now let's try Yorkie. Yo-yo, yarn, yogurt, yams, and Yorkie. Now, does Yorkie have the Y sound? I think so. So you still get to circle the dog. So circle the dog. And then what about this big guy looking over the fence? You see him? Do you know what he's called? He's called a yak. And yaks are really, really big. They can get as big as 7 foot tall. Do you know how big 7 foot is? It's still probably that much taller than me. So yaks get really big. See how big he is? He can look right over top of that fence. He can look down at the Yorkie. But he's a yak. Now does yak start with the Y sound? Yak. What do you think? If you think so, circle him. Yak. I think so. So now we have a yak looking at a Yorkie. How cute is that? And they both have Y sounds. Yak, Yorkie. We have a Yorkie eating yams and yogurt. Okay, let's find another one. How about this thing right here that the yak is looking over? Fence. Does fence start with the Y sound, with the Y sound? Fence. What do you think, children? Not fence, but this is a yard fence. Have you ever heard of a yard fence? Now does yard fence start with the Y sound? Yard fence. If you think so, circle it. I think it does. Yard fence. So now we have a yak looking over a yard fence at a Yorkie eating yams and yogurt. How about that? Yak, yard fence, Yorkie, yams, and yogurt. Okay, so how many do we got now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 2 more. Oh, let me count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 7, so we need 1 more. 1 more, and it's, I don't know if you children ever heard of, have you children ever heard of a yacht? It's kind of like a sailboat, but it's called a yacht. Have you ever heard of that? See this sailboat way back here in the background? That's called a yacht. Now let's listen to yacht. Does that have the Y sound? Yacht. If you think it does, circle it. I think it does. And then that makes us 8. That was kind of hard, And the Y is a little bit hard because when you say Y, you don't make the y sound, like you do on a lot of the letters, you know, so it doesn't, you don't really make the sound when you say Y, but I think we can still remember it. Just think of the Y, think Y. Yo-yo for Yost, it is the toy he likes the most. Yeah. Okay, good job. If you found the upper and lowercase y in there, they were pretty easy. You can turn the page and we'll go on to this page. You get closer so your children can see. Okay, so we have pictures and then we have 3 letters to choose from. Our first picture is a quail, and we're listening for beginning sounds on this page. So the first picture is a quail, and we have a Q, a D, and a G. Circle the beginning sound of each picture. What is the beginning sound of quail? Is it Q, D, or G? Circle the one that you think. Did you circle the Q? If you circled the Q, you got it right, remember? Q. Quail will fly when they see someone nearby. So the quail beginning sound is Q. Now this one should be pretty easy for you. Remember, this is a picture of an X-ray. Whenever you go to the doctor and they take a picture of the inside of your hand so they can see all your bones, it's called an X-ray. X-ray, Y, V, or X? What do you think? Circle the beginning sound of each picture. Did you circle the X? If you circled the X, you got it right. X-ray. Okay, this one will be easy. It's the one we had today. Yo-yo. You have a Y, a G, and an H. Which one are you going to circle? The G makes the G sound. If you circled G, it would be a G, go-go. If you circled the H makes the H sound. It would be a ho-ho. So I would circle the Y, and that makes it a yo-yo. Yo-yo. Okay, the last 2 rows I'm going to let you do on your own. I'm just going to tell you the picture. This picture here is a violin. Violin. You have a W, an X, and a V. Circle the one that you think. Circle the beginning sound of violin. Next picture, you have a wolf. You have an M, W, and S. M, W, and S. It's a wolf. Next one is yarn. Yarn. Y, V, or W. Next row, you have a yak. Is it Q, Y, or X? Yak. Next picture is violets. That's a kind of a flower, is violets. Is it W, X, or V? Violets. And the last picture is another X-ray. This is an X-ray of somebody's chest. X-ray. Is it X, R, or Q? X-ray. Okay, we got all those. Let's go down to the bottom part. We're writing the beginning, middle, and ending sound. We're going to go through this a little bit quicker this time. The first picture is a den. Den. Beginning sound. Let's listen. D. Which one of the letters makes the D sound? Whenever you know, write it down. D. The middle one, or the vowel? De, den, Which letter makes the sound? Which vowel? Is it the A, E, I, O, or U? Den, de, And then the ending sound. Let's listen to the ending sound. Den, n, den. Hear that n at the end? Den. Which letter makes the n? Den. You got that? You should have D, E, N here. D, E, N. Okay, let's go to the next one. Is cub. Cub. You know what a baby bear is called? A cub. Let's listen to the beginning sound. Is k, k. Now there's two letters that make that sound. Remember what those two letters are? The C or the K. And this one gets a C. Cub starts with the C. So you can put a C on the first line. Remember what the C looks like? Let me see if I can find these letters for you really quick. Here we go. So the first letter in cub is a C. Remember the C? C says k, like cup or cub. Now let's listen to the middle sound, or the vowel sound. Which one of the vowels says cub? Is it the A, E, I, O, or U? What do you think? Cub. If you said U, you have it right. Cub. So the middle sound is the U. Now we need the ending sound. Let's listen to the ending sound. Cub. Cub. Hear that B at the end? Do you remember which letter says B? How about a B? Cub. C-U-B. Let me hold them up for you. C-U-B says cub. See that? Cub. On our writing practice today, we're going to write cub and den on our writing practice. But you can fill those in and then we'll practice on them again later. So you have den, and cub. Okay, you can turn to this page now. Put your name at the top, your Y's. The Y is a little bit more tricky to make, but it's not hard. I think you children can do it. If you look up here, you start in the dot, and you go down to the solid line, and then you come back up to the dotted line, and you go down. So both lines are kind of slanted. See, it's 1, you do the short line first, 1, 2, 1, 2. See that? 1, 2. Short line, long line, short line, long line. And they're both kind of slanted. And short line, long line. So trace those 6 first. Trace all 6 of them. And then you get to make 5 on your own. And then on our practice sheet, we'll practice the uppercase Y also. And then you get to review the X and the V. And then on the bottom line, save it open because we're going to do the sound thing again. Remember? So go ahead and do your practicing, and I'm going to read you a little short story here while you do that. Is it hard for you children to do them writing while I read you a story? If it is, you can just listen to the story and come back later and do your writing. Okay, today our story is about flying horses. Has anybody ever seen a flying horse? I don't know if I have. Let's listen. John, let's go to the barn to see the kittens. Now, you've all seen baby kittens. I think the girls' cat is going to have more kittens. So if anybody wants a kitten, please call us because we're going to have bunches of them again, I think. John, let's go to the barn to see the kittens. Warren left the truck in the sandbox and stood up. Yes, let's go. Grandmother said we could look at them sometime, added John. John and Warren brushed the sand from their pants and headed toward the barn. I like to come here to Grandfather's farm, don't you, Warren? Asked John. I sure do. There are so many things to see and do. Hand in hand, the boys headed toward the barn. We'll go up to the barn hill at the back of the barn, Warren directed his younger brothers. As the boys neared the barn, John exclaimed, Look, there are Grandfather's big workhorses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them, counted the boys. All 7 right in front of us. We can't get to the barn this way, said Warren. But before John and Warren took one more step, those horses turned and headed straight for the boys. Here they come, screamed John. Like frozen icicles, John and Warren just stood still. But each horse took a big leap and sailed over the boys. What happened? Warren's eyes were filled with fright. The horses flew over us, stammered John. Warren panted. Let's go tell Grandmother. With hearts going thump, 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 the boys went to find Grandmother. Grandmother turned from the sink, wiped her hands on her apron, and listened to the boys. I don't know why those horses were on the barn hill. Something must have scared them to make them turn and run. But what happened is a miracle. A miracle? Questioned Warren. Yes, it is very unusual that all 7 horses leaped over you as they did. More likely, you would have gotten trampled under their feet, continued Grandmother. Were the angels protecting us? Asked John. Yes, they were. You boys are old enough to remember this. Whenever you think of flying horses, it should remind you that God watches over us many times and keeps us from getting hurt. I'll never forget those flying horses, declared John. Never. God was good to us, Adam warned. Come, John, let's go look at the kittens now. Hand in hand, the boys headed toward the barn again. Okay, questions for you children. Where were the boys first playing? Where were they first playing before they went to the barn? Do you remember? Karina, do you remember? Remember, they were in the sandbox. Remember, they got up and shook the sand off of their pants? They were first in the sandbox. What were they going to the barn to see? They weren't going to see the horses. They were going to see something else. What was it? Who remembers? Jakira, do you remember? Baby kittens. Remember, they were going to see the kittens. What did they see when they got close to the barn? They seen horses. How many horses did they count? How many horses did they count? Yins, remember? Grant, do you remember? 7. They counted 7 horses. Good job. What is a miracle? What is a miracle? Remember in the story it said this was a miracle, that these horses just jumped over the boys. What is a miracle? A miracle is when God allows something very unusual to happen. And in the story, God allowed the horses to jump over the boys rather than trampling over them and hurting them. Okay, we have to keep moving. We're just about out of time already. Is everybody ready to go on to the sounds at the bottom of the page? Everybody ready? I'm going to give you sounds, like we always do, and you write the letter that makes this sound. And 1, 2, 3, 4. These are vowels, okay? The first ones are all vowels. So your first vowel, this is a hint for you. Your first vowel is, or your first sound is like umbrella or under. Write the vowel that says The next one, the next sound is like elephant or egg. Write the vowel that makes that The next one is like apple. The next one, like igloo. The next one, like Oliver or octopus. Now we're going to consonants. We're done with the vowels. The next one is a consonant, and it's like quail or quilt or quiet. And the last sound is like watch. Okay, everybody ready to turn the page? Now we have this page. We have words. You have to figure out what the word is. Children help Dad pick tomatoes by reading the words. color the tomatoes. So this is a picture that whenever we're all done with the video, you can come back and color this. This is a nice picture to color. Maybe I'll color it too. Let's all color it and I'll show you mine on the next video, okay? The first word here, P-I-G. Can you children figure out what that word is? P-I-G. The P says P, I says I, and G says G. Pig. Can you figure it out? Pig. 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 Good job. The next one down here, who can sound that word out? The H says I says I, T says T, hit, 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 hit. Jamin hit the ball. Hit. Let's go down to this one, D-I-G. This was P-I-G, was pig. D-I-G is dig. 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 Over here to the S one, S-I-T. Can you figure out what that word is? See if you can sound it out. S says S, I says I, T says T, sit, sit, sit. Ashton, sit down, please. Sit. Good job. Let's move down to the bottom one. P-I-N. P says P, I says I, and N says N. Pin. 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 Good job. Now what I want you children to do, when you come back here to color this page, I want you to practice those words so that whenever you look at any one of them, you know automatically what it is. So let's go back to this one. What is that word? Carrie, do you know? D-I-G? Dig. Good job. Dig. When we point to this word, S-I-T, let's see, Katura, do you know what that one is? S-I-T? Sit. Sit. Good job. Lexi. H-I-T. Do you know what H-I-T? It. Hit. Hit. Good job. So when you come back to color this page, be sure that you know every one of these words, okay? So that whichever order you say them in, that you know them. When you look at them, you know them. You can have your parents or one of your older brothers and sisters help you with them if you want. But sound them out until you know those words really well. Okay, let's go on to this page. Let's start at the top. Everybody put your finger, you know where it goes, right here on the first letter. Everybody ready? Zach, are you with us? Right here, put your finger on this first letter. Is a B. B says B, B. C. C says K, like cup. Next one. L says L, like ladder. Next one is a Q. Q says like quail or quilt. Next one is the V, and V says like vegetables. Next one is a W. W says like watch or wagon. Next one is the X, like X-ray. And the last one is the one we had today, is the Y, and Y says Y, like yams and yogurt and yacht and yak. Remember the yak looked over the yard fence and saw a Yorkie eating yogurt and yams. Can you remember that? Y says Y. Okay, we're going to do a couple together, and then I'm going to let you do them by yourself. The first picture here is waves. Wave. Which one of those letters, write the beginning sound of each picture. Which one of those letters says W? Whatever you know, write it down. Did you write the W? The watch letter? Watch. Waves. So put a W on the first one. The next picture is violin. Which one of those letters makes the V sound? Like violin. Whenever you know, write it down. Did you put the V? V says V, like vegetables or violin. So violin gets the V sound, gets the letter V. So now we have a W and a V. The next one should be pretty easy for you. That is yarn. Which one of those letters makes the Y? Yarn. Which one of those letters makes the Y sound? The next picture is baby. Look up at your letters and see which one makes the B sound. Next one, down here on the next row, X-ray. X-ray. Next one, quart. Quart. Next one, cow. Cow. Am I going too fast for you, children? Everybody ready for this next one? Are you ready, Blake? The next one is violets. Violets. Hear that beginning sound? The next one is quiver. Remember the arrows are in this little thing called a quiver. The next one should be easy for you. It's yogurt. Yorkie's yogurt. Oh, maybe not. They was in that picture. Yogurt. We should have said, do Yorkies eat yogurt? I don't know, but I don't think Trenton's dogs would eat yogurt. Okay, the next one, everybody ready for this one, is watermelon. Watermelon. And the last one is lamp. Lamp. Okay. If you need help with that page, if you didn't get any of them and you need help, just have your mom help you with it. We're ready for this page. We have to keep moving. Here's a kitten up at the top. Let's count by tens while following the line. Help the kitten find her milk. See this kitten here, and over here is his milk. Let's help the kitten find its milk by reading these numbers. It's counting by tens. Remember, we counted by tens. Are you ready? Put your finger on the first number. The first number is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Let's go back and do it again. Ready? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. One more time. We're going fast. Are you ready? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Could you follow along? Can you children all count by tens? Let's do it without looking at your book, okay? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Can you follow that? Okay, so what we're going to do here, and I think we need to practice this a little bit, but we're running out of time again. That clock is just kind of annoying, really. We need all day, and we just have about 45 minutes. Okay, I don't know if you children have this chart in the back of your book or not. If not, you can look up here at mine. Remember, here's your tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. So if we was going to find, let's say, 62. 62. Do you children know what 62 looks like? You come down here in the 60s and you find 62. See that? 62. Let's find, how about we find 45? Can we find 45? So we go 10, 20, 30. Here's the 40s. 40 is 40, so here's the whole 40 row. So you go 41, 42, 43, 44. And there is a 45. See that? 45. How about we find 86? Can you find 86? See if you can find 86. Find the 80s and then go across until you find 86. Got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. There's 80. So here's the 80s. 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86. Good job. How about we find, let's find a really big one. Let's find 99. Can you find 99? Who can find 99? Whenever you find it, put your finger on it. I guess if you don't have a book, you just have to look at it. Let's count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So here's the 90s on this next row. 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99 right here. What comes after 99? 100. Good job. Okay, so that's a little bit of practice on that, as much time as we had. So let's go to this page again. Everybody ready and you got your pencil? This first box here, you have a fox. And let's see if you can find, okay, in the box right here, see if you can find 36. Can you find the 36? You've got 3 numbers to choose from. See if you can circle 36. Okay, in the squirrel box, see the squirrel box? You have 3 numbers here. Circle the number 21. 21. Okay, then we have the lion box. See the lion? And you have 3 numbers here with the lion. Circle the 26. 26. And the last one is the frog box. I want you to circle in the frog box, circle the 48. 48. Okay, then down at the bottom, I'm going to let you come back after the video and do this. You have a 16, you write the number that comes before 16 and the number that comes after 16. So you can think the number before 6 is a 5 and the number after 6 is a 7, so it would be 15 and 17. So you write the before and after on each of these numbers, but you can come back after the video and do that. We're going to go to this page. Okay, remember we've done several of these. Let's start at the top. I think we're going to do them all together. I think we'll do them all together. Oh, okay, are you ready? Remember how many blocks are in a line? 10. So we already know we have 10 here. So then we go 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So put a 19 in this box right here. 19 blocks. And then this one, the one stack, we know a stack is 10. One stack is 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So put a 16 right here in this box. That one is 16. Then after the video, you can come back and do these 2 by yourself. Let's hop down to this one. Let's hop down to this one. We have 2 stacks of blocks. So this is a little bit different, children. How are you going to do 2 stacks of blocks? You know, one stack has 10 blocks in it. So you count by tens. Whenever you have 2 stacks, this one is 10. 20. If we had another one, it would be 30 blocks. If you want, you could count each one of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So this two stacks is 10, 20. So put a 20 right there. Two and a 0. Then you have 2 stacks and 2 blocks. So you go 10, 20, 21, 22. So this one is 22. See how that works? Whenever you have a stack, you count by tens. Whenever you have singles, individual blocks, you count by ones. So this is 10, 20, 21, 22. Let's go to this one. Let's see if you can do this one by yourself. Think 10, 20, 21. And then this last one, I'll let you do it by yourself too. Hopefully we have more of those. If you don't understand how to do that, have your parents help you. You can come back and finish that part later if you need to. We have subtraction here, and Jens have done lots of subtraction already, so I think you can do that part by yourself. Why don't you try to do those 4 all by yourself? That's subtraction or take away. You have 4 otters. You take 1 away, how many you have left? Remember that? And then the bottom. Let me see how we do the bottom. Sam caught 2 fireflies and put them in a jar. Draw 2 fireflies in the jar. So they want you to draw 2 fireflies in this jar. Is everybody with me? Sam caught 2 fireflies and put them in a jar. Draw 2 fireflies in the jar. At bedtime, he let the 2 fireflies go free. Put an X on the 2 fireflies. How many fireflies did Sam have left? He caught 2, so draw 2 in his jar, and at bedtime he let 2 go free, so put an X on them. How many did he have left? Put your answer in this box. And then the second one is Pam. This little girl's name is Pam. Pam put 6 cookies on a plate. So they want you to draw 6 cookies on that plate. After supper, the 6 cookies had all been eaten. Put an X on 6 cookies. How many cookies did Pam have left? You put your answer right here in this box. Okay, if you need to come back to that part, you can. Here on the top part, is everybody on this page? We're going to do sequence. I think you all know how to do sequence. Be careful because it's getting kind of tricky. These here are kind of tricky because they're all birds, but this is one kind of bird. See, there's 2 different kinds of birds there, and there's 2 different kinds of leaves. So you have to be really careful and look closely. Then down here at the bottom, pick a bouquet of tulips for Mother by counting the numbers. Pick a bouquet of flowers by counting the numbers. Let's start up here with this one. 23. What is this one? 28. 22. 26, 25. Over on the other side, 27, 24, 21, 20, and 29. Let's go back and do them again. 28, 23, 22, 25, 26, 27, 24, 21, 20, and 29. And this is the same way, children. On these tulips, go through and make sure that you know each one of those numbers. If you don't know them, study them until you know all those numbers, so that no matter which one I point to, you automatically know that's a 27. You know that's a 24. Your 20s all start with a 2. Here's 21, 20, 29. So make sure you know all those tulips. Okay, sorry, I made you a really long video this time. I hope nobody fell asleep on me. I'll see you in a little bit on the activity book video. Thank you for watching, children.